Hello everyone, Android user here today bringing you an app review of Moto X Mayhem, which is right there. This one right here. And this is a motorcycle game which uses tilt control and touch for acceleration and braking. So let's just get right to it, shall we? I'm sort of a fan of these kind of games because they're sort of simple but also demanding. Let's go into options first to show you the settings that it has. So we have sound, we have music, and we also have tilt sensitivity to increase or decrease it. I tried to mess around with that, but I don't recommend it. You can also customize your controls to whether you want analog, digital accelerometer, which is just tilting it, or analog or digital for the gas. So basically you tilt the bike to go around the trail, and it is 2D. I think a lot of people already know what I'm talking about because these games were pretty popular back then. There's practice and there is play mode. For practice, the difference is that you can go to different checkpoints instead of having to, whereas for play mode you would have to start from the beginning and work all the way there, so you can't click them. And what I like about this game is that the frame rate is definitely high and it doesn't seem to consume a lot of CPU, doesn't need a lot of power to run it. And I'm going to get right to it. Alright, controls are right there, as you can see. Then after you start, and then you can tilt it to go whichever way you want. Basically, when you're going down, you need to keep it so it's leveled. Oops. And then if you don't, that happens. What I like also is that it doesn't start until you press it. So if you were suddenly had something to do, then the timer wouldn't start. But then for some other games like these, the timer would start regardless if you started accelerating or not. See, now that you're accelerating, then it will start to count it. One thing I find different about this is that the accelerometer is not very reactive. It doesn't really react fast enough for me. It might just be my phone's problem, but I play another motocross game and I know that that game has a better reflex. So when you reach the end of the stage, it says stage complete. So far for this level, they are all around 20 seconds if you can do it, and it's pretty easy. It's a good time waster for sure. I didn't mean to do that. And there are a few different levels. I'll just go to that instead of showing you the gameplay. So we have Lost Island, Wild Island, and these ones you have to download. But after a while they all seem to be the same, but I think the good part is that it's still a good time waster, but then there's definitely not that much thinking. Like, say for this part, you don't want to just always accelerate because then there's a top. And there was more before actually too, but I just skipped to this one. I find the bike pretty top heavy, front heavy. Or, oh no. I would do a walkthrough of this, but then because of the tilt, I rather that I can capture the gameplay better than have it move so drastically. And currently I've beaten all 3 of them, but not the rest of them. But yeah, I don't normally play that bad. It's just that I can't move it around, so. And the longevity of this game is pretty good in that there are a few levels, but then say if you had something to do and you were in the middle of this, when you leave you have to start over, which is sort of irritating after a while, even though it's just 20 seconds, but yes. And the skins are a bit different, like the photos and background, the land. See, as you can see, this land, it's so now it's getting harder. They try to see if you can stand them. Sometimes I laugh at the way the driver gets thrown off the bike. But in general, I find that this game is not as good as another game that I'm going to review right after. I'm going to put the link in the description, and it is the MX Moto, which I feel is a lot more fun. That game has more. This game has a lot of, definitely the graphics are better. Its graphics are pretty good, but then the gameplay gets boring after a while, and the fact that the accelerometer doesn't really react that well, in my opinion. I wish it would be more responsive. And the only thing more is the high scores, which I need to be connected to the internet, but I am not. So you can check the high scores worldwide of everyone else. So far I've always come in at 16 or 17 seconds for, my best ones would be 16 or 17 for all the different levels. But that is pretty much it for this application. This is Android user. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments or questions below, and I'll see you next time.